Health News Eye on Agriculture with Britton Rucker.
Saved by swine. Coming up, a medical milestone as surgeons transplant a pig kidney into a patient. How that patient is doing now. And
really, it's a rather twisted and sordid story.
Farmer fraud. How two farmers are facing jail time and millions of dollars in fines for defrauding crop insurance. And a cargo ship struck the Francis Scott Key Bridge in Baltimore, causing it to collapse. The port announced all vessel traffic in and out of the port is suspended indefinitely, making many question, will the collapse of the Key Bridge impact agriculture? Good evening and happy Easter to you. Welcome into Eye on Agriculture. I'm Britton Rucker. We begin tonight with the federal health officials saying they found the bird flu virus in cattle from 3 states, including right here in Kansas. U.S. officials confirm milk from dairy cows in Kansas tested positive for bird flu. The USDA says the commercial milk supply is safe and risk to you is extremely low. Dairies are required to only allow milk from healthy animals to enter the food supply, and milk from sick animals is being diverted and destroyed. The federal government says it's unlikely the virus could infect humans.
Most of the animals actually will recover over the matter of a couple weeks. Sick animals, their milk does not get milked and put into the food supply, so that milk is quarantined and segregated.
USDA officials think the cows got the virus from infected wild birds. After the confirmed discovery of bird flu in dairy cows, many may question, is their meat safe to eat? The Meat Institute says properly prepared beef is safe to eat and not a food safety risk to humans. The CDC says the bird flu cannot be transmitted to humans by eating meat or poultry products. The Meat Institute says its member companies will continue to be vigilant and aid in the efforts to stop the spread of the disease among animals in food production, and will support the nation's dairy and livestock producers as they work to protect their herds. Early Tuesday morning, a cargo ship struck the Francis Scott Key Bridge in Baltimore, causing it to collapse. The Port of Baltimore later announced all vessel traffic in and out of the port is suspended indefinitely, making many question, will the collapse of the bridge impact agriculture? Well, Baltimore ranks as the 9th largest U.S. port for international cargo. It handled around 52 million tons of cargo last year alone. It also ranks first among ports that process cars and light trucks, and several agricultural states could soon feel the impact.
The collapse of the Key Bridge is a global crisis. The port handles more cars and more farm equipment than any other port in the country. Last year alone, the port handled $80 billion of foreign cargo, the largest in the country.
Experts add consumers could see an increase in shipping costs. Fortunately, goods can be moved through other ports, so the disruptions aren't expected to severely impact the wider economy. April kicks off tomorrow, making the start of burn ban in 16 Kansas counties, including Sedgwick and Butler. Now the ban carries on through the end of the month. It's part of the Kansas Flint Hills Smoke Management Plan. New open burn permits will not be issued during the month of April, and no current permit holders will be allowed to conduct open burns after today. Restricted activities include things like burning trees and brush from land and crop residues. Now open burns can resume after May 1st. It's a world's first, a genetically modified kidney from a pig into a human. The procedure was performed in Massachusetts, and doctors say the patient is recovering well. Nancy Chen has more.
The emotions of this historic achievement struck doctors Thursday as they recounted the groundbreaking surgery.
It was truly the most beautiful kidney I have ever seen.
On Saturday, the 15-member surgical team performed a 4-hour-long procedure, transplanting a pig kidney into Richard Slayman. The kidney was genetically modified by removing harmful properties that the 62-year-old's body could possibly recognize and reject, while adding human genes to make the organ more compatible. Doctors say Slayman spent 7 years on dialysis and had end-stage kidney disease.
He saw this as not only as a way to improve his own personal life, but a way to provide hope for the thousands of people who need a transplant to survive.
Last year, over 15,000 kidney transplants were performed here in the U.S., but there are still more than 90,000 patients on the waiting list. Most people usually wait about 3 to 5 years to receive a kidney, and thousands die every year before their turn comes.
Every week, we have to remove patients from the waiting list because they become too sick to get a transplant while on dialysis.
Doctors say if this doesn't work, Slayman will have to go back on dialysis, but that they're hopeful this is the start of a new chapter.
Our hope is that dialysis will become obsolete.
Nancy Chen, CBS News.
The USDA is predicting farmers will plant fewer corn acres this year. The agency says farmers will plant 90 million acres of corn this year. That's down 5% from last year due to lower prices and higher cost. As Jason Kelce retires from the NFL, many question, may he be stepping into a new field? Quite literally. Kelce is supposed to join a growing list of former NFL players who plan to take up farming or ranching after football. The 36-year-old Philadelphia Eagles center has been known to like ranching with his purchase of 10 crossbred cows in Missouri in 2022, underscoring his passion for farm life despite growing up in urban Ohio. In a recent article, Kelce revealed where his interest in agriculture and farming originated, saying, quote, "I've always been interested in farming. Cattle has always sparked my interest." Still ahead on Eye on Agriculture, Congress working to pass a farm bill. What food banks are saying needs to happen to work together with farmers.